I'm Cassandra Smith, your Las Vegas real estate professional, and today we have Ben Grove here of Spectrum Inspection Group. The home inspection is a part of the home buying and selling process, and so we wanted to share information with you about that. Good morning, Ben.
Hello, Cassandra.
Thank you for coming today.
Oh, our pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Well, we'll go ahead and jump right in. So tell me a little bit about Spectrum Inspection Group.
Well, it's actually a big year for Spectrum Inspection. This is the 20th anniversary that
Wow.
Spectrum has been in business here in Las Vegas. And Lynn Donahue, who's owned the company, has been doing this for 20 years. And, you know, in Vegas years, that's a long time, right? Because a year, it's like dog years. A year in Vegas is like 21 years someplace else or something like that. But anyway, it's been great. I've been with the company 5 years. And so we've had a lot of experience doing this here in Vegas.
As a home inspector, what kind of licensing do you require?
We are licensed through the Nevada State Division of Realty, and that does require a certain number of hours of classroom training. It requires field experience, and that's just to get the license. Background checks, all of that go into that so they know who they're licensing. That gets you the license, but then with Spectrum, we have a whole additional training program in-house that we do as well. So.
And how did you get into home inspections?
I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from back east, and I spent most of my time and life back there in construction and trades, doing remodeling and different kinds of work I did back there, a lot of it on older buildings. And one of the things unique about Las Vegas is that people here in Las Vegas think of a house maybe that's 5 or 10 years or 20 years old as being old. And back where I come from, if something was 100 years old, it was still new. So kind of a different perspective on building.
So tell me, what does a home inspection report look like?
Well, a Spectrum home inspection report, if you printed it out, which you don't have to do because it's all delivered electronically to you, it would be about 100 pages long and have maybe 60 to 100 photos. But we're detailing all different areas of the house. We're including a lot of informational photos because we want to tell people, people are expecting to hear what's wrong with the house. Okay, we're going to have to probably tell you some things that you might need to know about the house. We also want to show you where the important things like your water shutoff is located, where your gas shutoff is located, where your electrical breakers are, so if something flips and you have to go reset something, you know where that's going to be. So we want to detail all those things. We want to give you some information about maybe maintenance items that may come up in the future that you may want to have to address, just a whole lot of different aspects and knowledge. So in the report, you'll see all the photos about the informational items, about maintenance items, about potential repair items, and maybe even some more immediate things that have to be addressed in the near future.
What are some typical things you're seeing?
Things that are unique to Las Vegas. Las Vegas has had traditionally a lot of issues with plumbing issues. Because the water here is corrosive. So the history of Las Vegas has been plumbing issues. Also, sunlight-related things because certain types of like asphalt roofing or vinyl products that are used in a lot of different areas of the country don't withstand the direct sunlight as well here in Las Vegas.
Do you do any repairs for anything you find?
We're actually, under our licensing, we're not allowed to do repairs. I know people do ask us that. We probably at this point really wouldn't have time to do it if we wanted to. But no, because there's a potential conflict of interest. So as part of our licensing that we're actually not allowed to go ahead and repair anything.
What about an estimate of cost for repairs?
And that's a question we get all the time. That's one of the most popular things people ask us. Well, how much is this going to cost to get fixed? And I always have to say, I can't say because I'm going to be wrong. A lot of times you're not going to know until you start taking something apart what's going to be involved and what potentially the cost could be. So that's why we recommend having further evaluation by a licensed professional or a licensed contractor. They can come in and give you a cost estimate. And some things are fairly cut and dried, so you know if a faucet has to be replaced, about what it's going to cost to replace a faucet.
You mentioned something about the visual inspection versus opening some things up. Can you share more about that?
Right. That's an important point because that is our scope of the inspection that we do is a visual inspection. We are allowed to operate things, so we can turn things off and on by normal controls, but we're really not allowed to take anything apart, and we're not allowed to do anything invasive. So we use technologies like infrared, imaging to be able to look essentially within the wall and look for moisture and things like that. So if we're looking at the ceiling and we see a spot of moisture, we again have to refer it to further evaluation for somebody who can open it up and take a look to really see what the underlying problem is.
My last question is, what's unique about Spectrum Inspection Group?
We assume everybody in Las Vegas, when they need a home inspection, is going to call Spectrum. But maybe they don't. So two things you absolutely have to ask whenever you call to schedule a home inspection. Do you use the thing that I just mentioned, which is infrared technology, thermal imaging? And the other thing is, how are you going to inspect my roof? Because the roof inspection is a major component in a home inspection. So what we're doing right now is we're using drone technology. So we're using drones to actually fly up and take high-resolution pictures of the roof. This allows us to access really any roof. If it's 2-story, 3-story, the height doesn't really matter. We can access any roof. And we're not going to do damage to the roof by attempting to climb on it and walk on it. And we're going to get all the pictures that we need to do a roof and things to know.
Wow. Well, you've given some great information today, and I'm very grateful that you came this morning to share with us and all the viewers out there, just to educate more people about what the process of buying a home and the importance of a home inspection. Thank you, Ben.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in. We are grateful to have you watch this video. And if there's any further questions, you can comment below, or you can contact me at 702-472-8000. And if you do need a home inspection, you can contact Spectrum Inspection Group at
www.spectruminspectiongroup.com.
Thank you very much.